to this week's Talking Codswallop. I am Gemma.
I'm James.
You are James. It's a Gemma and James show. Gemma and James show.
That it is.
Well, James, how have you been since I spoke to you last? Because I think it's been about a week or so, hasn't it? So
it feels like it's been even longer. We've been battling the crazy weather up here. We're into like spring or almost in spring, and It's been heavily snowing. Now, it's not been sticky, but it's just like the weirdest thing to wake up to things covered in snow. And the other annoying thing is I've kind of got more into gardening to kind of like help. Well, I suppose it helps, my mental health and things. So I plant stuff and then it snows. So hopefully nothing will be killed off in the garden. It's not the most amazing stuff, but I am trying. So hopefully it will. Hopefully the ground will still bear the fruits of my endeavours and everything will be okay. So mental weather, but not too bad. How are you?
I was going to say about the plants actually before we go on to me that can you pot some of them in? Well, put them in pots basically, and then like when it's a bit nicer, sort of put them in the ground, or once they've grown a bit, or
it would defeat the objective of the fact that I've taken them from pots to put them in the ground.
Oh, okay.
It's like I'd be doing some strange backwards form of like, it'd be like trying to shove the newborn baby back in a few weeks old baby back inside the mother. It's hopefully they'll be okay. We'll see. They're kind of looking all right at the moment. I'm no horticultural expert, but I'm trying to make things look a bit more interesting.
I suppose in a way, green fingers aren't grown overnight, so it's always good to have an interest. And like you said, it does help with mental health. So it's
just very interesting to see. I had to take a beverage break there to soothe my dry throat, but it's enjoyable stuff to do. I would recommend it. I've always been told it's useful. My father's always had an interest in, and like on last Sunday, he was nice enough to come and see me, and he was helping me plant some stuff. So it's a nice little bonding thing for us to do as well. Yeah. But enough of me. Over to you.
Well, I've not really had anything exciting happen, to be completely honest. But I'm just trying to think, actually. Obviously, well, I was going to bring Mother's Day. Sorry, James. I don't mean to bring up Mother's Day.
Honestly, thank you when you mentioned it last time, but it honestly has no impact on me. I was talking to my dad about this, saying how it's actually I mentioned you to him because he came to see me on Mother's Day, and I was saying like Gemma said to you, sorry about it, about that it might upset me. And I'm like, it doesn't. And I was saying to my dad, it doesn't actually bother me. Because
that's good.
Mother's Day has no real impact to me. It's just like a giant, consumerist event created. So it's not like I specifically link it to Mum. So I'm cool with it. It's all good. Okay. Knock yourself out.
Well, in that case, I will.
Pay for the over-expensive restaurant tables. Splurge the money on things that are far more expensive than they need to be. It's all good.
Well, actually, James, I'll have you know, what we did was we actually celebrated Mother's Day on Saturday instead.
Ingenious.
It was Mum's idea as well. So, you know, it's just in case anyone thinks that like I might be being cheap or whatever. But anyway,
if it was you, I would still support it.
Yeah, exactly. So, none of us have got loads of money because, all the bills are going up. But anyway, that sounds like codswallop and it doesn't really affect me, that one. So, so we went out for a Saturday lunch, but had like a roast dinner. So that was really, really nice, carvery. And I was there with my brother and sister-in-law, Mum and Graham as well. So it was the five of us. Unfortunately, my two nieces couldn't make it because they both work. So work on Saturdays. And it was really, really fun. And we really, it was just nice to sort of get out and about as a family again. We haven't really done that for quite a while. And the pub that we went to as well, which I don't think any of our listeners or Salty Tadpoles, which I should get into in a bit, I don't think anybody is from sort of the Dorset area, but it was a pub in Dorchester called the Sun Inn. And absolutely amazing food. So, the carvery especially was absolutely delicious. I hate swede, and I even had swede, and it still tasted amazing. So that shows you how much that, this is good quality. And they also probably add stuff to the swede to make it taste nice, but
So, all I'm going to say is sponsorship deal in the offing.
Well, I mean, I can reach out to them. Let's see what happens.
Why not? We can get them mentioned on. Yeah, let's give it a shot.
Yeah, I'll say, I mentioned you this week. Can we have some free food?
As the guy says on that chapter video, let's give it a go.
I'm not familiar with that, so I don't know what you're talking about.
It's all about murder. It's about murder and weird shit. It's good, though. Very good.
Okay. And they say goo like that.
Well, he says, let's give it, he's Irish. Let's give it a goo.
I see. So it's not like putting on a voice or whatever.
No.
It
is. He's yes. I can't really. I'd have to listen to him, try and copy him a bit more to see if I can do it any better.
Yeah.
But if you like kind of murder mystery and weird stuff, true crime, it's very interesting.
Okay.
Don't know what it says about my mental state. I like lots of true crime murder stuff, but it does grab my attention.
Oh, I'm fascinated by all of that stuff. I wouldn't necessarily want to meet a serial killer, even though you've met two. But but
I just want to point out, Tadpoles, I didn't drive them to murder. They'd already committed the crimes. Prior to meeting me.
So he says. But anyway, but I am fascinated behind the history of it all, of like what makes them tick and what makes them actually go loopy and stuff like that. So or just kill people, basically. So how did we get from me having a lovely Saturday lunch to murder? Sorry.
See, that's the beauty of this podcast. We can change the topic on so quickly onto the weird and wonderful. But yes, anyway, back to the lovely mothering Sunday that wasn't Mothering Sunday, Mothering Saturday.
Well, on the Sunday, I still spent the day with her and stuff. Gave her presents then as well, but she didn't really want to do much other than do her painting, so it was kind of like a normal Sunday, really. But we'd already done the thing on the Saturday, so it was all good. And yeah,
did she keep making? Did you sure? Instead all she wanted to do was paint. Did she keep dropping hints like, come on, Gemma, we spent all yesterday together?
No, no, she didn't.
Maybe you want to go out, fill the car up.
No, not at all. So it was just pretty much a chill out Sunday, really.
Good.
Rest of the week, I mean, I've returned back to work, which is obviously why. Well, one reason why we had the Batman review last week, which was obviously really good. I'm gonna cough. Which was obviously really good. And Sean and Jamie did an amazing job. James was okay.
I was bearable.
Yeah, no, and if because I know that I'm going to get onto this in a minute. I know that we've got quite a few new listeners, so if you hear me busting James's balls or just like teasing him about stuff, it's because we are best friends. So yes. I'm officially allowed to do this because I'm that good of a friend. But but at the same time, if anyone was to upset James or hurt him or whatever, I'd be very protective, let's say. So
you're busting my balls, Jem. You're busting my balls.
Yes. So yeah,
if you've seen Team America World Police, that will make sense. If not, go watch Team America World Police.
Yes, I do love that. I do love that film. America, fuck yeah, coming today, the fucking day, yeah. Obviously, I don't know all the words.
Fuck your hands, prick. Fuck you. You think I'm just some petty arms dealer?
One of us has obviously watched it a little bit more than the other.
Maybe.
Yeah. So yeah, the transition into sort of going back into the office hasn't been too bad, actually. I've just done my 2 days this week, and I'm yeah, so I'm back in next week for a couple of days. Obviously too. It's not too bad at all, really. It's quite nice to see people, and I'll leave it at that.
Fair enough. I shall ask no more questions.
But I have to say though, it has been, especially with the clocks going back, it's been exhausting getting up in the morning, because I've been getting up at like 6:30, which was obviously 5:30 the day before, or a couple of days before, and it's, oh God, it's unbearable. It's unbearable, but there you go.
Well, on the Sunday, when my father visited, I forgot about the clock change. I was like, God, he's got it early, hasn't he? How did he manage to get here so quick? And I was like, right, yes, the clocks have changed.
Well, luckily, most of mine automatically do it anyway. Mm-hmm. So, it's like all the technical things, so like the laptop, the phones and whatnot. But so we've only got a couple of clocks that we actually physically have to change. So that's...
I was there, my watch going, oh, right, yeah.
yeah, with watches, you have to wind them on sort of thing, don't you? But
You do.
Yep, even fancy watches.
Well, I wouldn't know about fancy watches, so,
Yeah, fair enough. Other things, I mean, we are, still a featured podcast for Podbean, which is very, very cool and very, very exciting. So we have gained a lot of new ears from having that feature. Having us as a feature, basically.
Wait, we've gained ears. Are we hanging around with former Vietnam veterans?
we could be. I was going to say we gained some listeners, but then I was going to get into what we actually call our listeners. So it's going to be a tiny little bit of a recap moment here for our original Salty Tadpoles. So that is the name of our listeners. There's a couple of reasons. One, it makes us laugh. So that's the biggest one.
That is true.
Two, we are all salty tadpoles, as in we're all made of salty tadpoles. And then and it's just a funny play on words. So it's like the cheeky British humour, really, just to, get that out in the open, really. That's what we like to do, is play on words, really.
Well, yeah, and of course we are a fish-based podcast, and tadpoles are aquatic, kind of.
Yes, although ironically, we always say that we're a fish-based podcast. We never talk about fish, and the only reason we're a fish-based podcast is because of the logo and the word cod in Codswallop.
But stranger things have happened.
Which also has got nothing to do with fish either, might I add.
See, we could, the worst situation is we could end up like the Frank 5 situation where we discuss our favourite forms of whatever. Favourite fish. Did you hear this episode?
Yes, yeah.
I love those guys, but there's a point where I was like, really? Light bulbs? Really?
I know, it's insane, isn't it? It's absolutely insane. But yeah, I like Frank 5, and I love Mrs. 5 as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, we spoke to them both. They're wonderful, aren't they? Really nice people.
Yes. Yeah, they are. So hopefully down the line we might, maybe reach out and see if we can speak to them again, maybe for YouTube or whatever. But yeah. So either way, I really like them. Mrs. 5 is such a nice lady. In real life.
Yeah, and if we get them on, I'd like to know what Frank's favourite sandwiches are.
Top 10 favourite sandwiches.
Yeah. And Mrs. 5 too. What are your favourite sandwiches?
Yes. Okay, well, we'll keep that in the back burner then. Back pocket sort of thing. Yes, so, and also there was a moment when I had a realisation with regards to the new Salty Tadpoles that we obviously, our numbers increased quite a lot. I don't give out numbers, but it was an incredible jump anyway. But then I had the definite realization that many people actually heard the fact that I had to wee in a bucket.
Well, Whatever works for you.
Well, yeah, exactly. And I said I sort of posted on Twitter, I said, maybe it's time that I censor myself. And Colin Maggs, who's one of our Salty Tadpoles, he turned around and he said, never do that. He said, because that's why we love you. So
It's very true, very true.
So yeah, so it's not a common regular thing that I piss in buckets. So
Allegedly.
I know.
Allegedly. She could have a bucket right now with her.
I could.
You'll never know.
Oh, you would know. No. You'd hear it.
No, we would. And to be fair, like, it's a very, very harsh thing to make, like the pissing noise, especially if you think about Jamie and I when we did the Batman podcast.
Yeah.
I mean, if you had Joanne on, it'd just be like, mic straight down.
Well, Jamie did tell me that he was absolutely desperate for a wee, so he was holding on to it for about half hour. So
I wish he'd just mentioned it.
I know.
Paused it and let him go. Oh man, not fun.
No, bless his little cotton socks. Although, pain for pleasure, and all that jazz.
Well, yeah, maybe. When you're grinding your teeth. Oh dear.
Yeah. What else has happened? I saw a couple of weird things today as well. Well, one was a popcorn moment. So I wanted to sort of sit back and watch the show sort of thing, with popcorn, even though I was actually in my car driving. But Dan...
Oh, God, go on.
No, you know what I mean, though? It's kind of like one of those moments where it's something not amazing, but you're kind of like, you want to know the outcome of what happens. And you can't because you're driving. But basically, there was a white van and there was a police car that was... had its lights flashing, and they were trying to sort of get around the white van, and the white van kept moving different sides. And I was just like, are you actually serious? Like, you could tell that this police car was getting at, policemen, obviously, all women.
Police person is the correct vocab.
Yeah. So you could tell that, these police people were getting really, really frustrated with the white man, or the white van.
Ooh, possible race thing. Hot potato.
Potato.
Potatoes. Come on, Joanne, we're doing this because we're missing you. Bagora. What to be sure.
The problem is, though, when you say potato and when you say pakora or whatever it is,
Bagora.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, you said it fine then, but the time before that you said it sort of popped and nobody could hear what you said properly. So,
potatoes and bagora.
Yes, exactly. So, I think I know that there was something else that happened that was sort of rather entertaining, but I can't remember what it was now. But, I've done a
Wasn't
bit
the
of
Oscars, was it? Wasn't the Oscars, was it?
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, we've got to discuss that. So,
yeah,
I mean, it's not a good situation, and you're watching it, and I mean, there is an element where you're thinking, is it a stunt to try and get more people watching the Oscars? I doubt it. But the thing is that what I found strange is this. So, Chris Rock is a comedian. He was making jokes at everybody's expense. He was doing a joke just before that where he was talking about Javier Bardem and Penelope Cruz both being up for Oscars.
Yeah.
They're married, and they said like I think it's Penelope Cruz wins, Javier Bardem can't win his Oscar sort of thing. And everyone's laughing. Now, he makes a joke about Jada Pinkett Smith and the fact she has very short hair, or almost no hair, and G.I. Jane. Now, the interesting thing is, she was up for the G.I. Jane role originally, which is, which I noticed has not been mentioned. And yes, she has alopecia. And if he doesn't know, and he's made the joke, fair enough. If he did know and he's made the joke, it's not great, but it's not exactly an evil, horrible joke. And Will Smith's laughing at it, and then he gets up and hits Chris Rock, and Goes back to seeing swears and all that. Now, the problem is that it takes away from him winning his first Oscar, because that's all they talk about now is the fact that he walloped him. It takes away from the fact that the huge many, many years between the last time a black man won the leading man Oscar, and the whole thing doesn't look good at all in my eyes. I can kind of see that he wanted to defend his wife, but it's a very weird situation to go and slap the guy. I don't think it was the correct answer to do it that way. He probably been better. Either he could have even shouted at him like he did from where he was sat when he sat back down. But it's just this whole weird thing that he then gets a huge round of applause when he's won his Oscar. There's no repercussion to it. The question I'd ask, and this sounds strange, the other thing I was trying to weigh up is this: would Will Smith have hit me? I'm roughly about the same size as Will Smith. Would he have gone to slap me? Or would he have gone to slap someone who was, say, bigger than him? Would he go and slap, say, Jason Momoa or Dwayne Johnson or someone like Ben Affleck? Big guys. Or is it, I just find it odd that he goes and slaps a guy who's a lot less physically imposing than him as well. It just, the whole thing I don't think anyone's come out of this as a winner. No. Well, apart from Chris Rock's bank balance, because more people go and see his stand-up from what I understand. But I just don't think it's a good, none of it looks good to me. It's a mess. It's not a positive result for anyone.
I don't know. So that's why I was sitting here quietly. I think that potentially it was a like a public, what's it called? Yeah, like a
publicity stunt.
Yeah, publicity stunt. Sorry, I'll say that again. Mm-hmm. I think it was actually a public. Fucking hell.
We'll insert the word, but they'll say, "Why does Gemma suddenly sound like James?" Publicity stunt.
Okay, take 3. I do think it was actually a publicity stunt. Way. Somebody's gonna know why I say way or not. The reason why I think that is because so many people are now talking about the Oscars.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And it was a year where the correct people weren't getting Oscars. So like the people that do editing, the makeup artists, the people in the background that actually make the films as what they are, kind of thing. So like maybe directors were, I can't remember, but it's all the like lighting people, screen graphics, all those people anyway in the background who actually make it a film. Or the people that weren't getting nominated, or they weren't even, there wasn't even like named titles for them. So like it wasn't like best makeup artist or best whatever. So already the Oscars were sort of like having a bit of a flat moment, I suppose, in some ways because of that. So not many people were probably watching. So they create a bit of drama, which it looked at it, like if you sort of watch it and you look at like videos and you look at if you look at pictures and stuff like that, it kind of does look like it's set up a little bit.
I would hope if it is, in a sense it'd be better if it was a set-up thing and it's not been in reality what it is. But I just think either way it's a mess. I don't think anyone said it's coming out well from it.
Well, apart from Chris Rock and the Oscars.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
But okay, so yeah, Chris Rock's bank balance might do a bit better. But it's just, and I guess it does create some amusement when you have people like me putting up feeds, pictures of like, ordering Will Smith's greatest hits from Wish and getting the slap thing. But I don't know. I just find it odd. It's not.
Yeah.
It's not a good situation, but we'll see. See what comes out in the wash, as they say.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, we'll find out. But it did seem a bit, bit awful that he then, got his award and it was just all back to normal, kind of thing, But I didn't even watch it. I'm just working on what other people have told me. Do you know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah, the sad thing is that it overshadowed the award that was, the actor I think it was a director actually, who'd won who Chris Rock's actually announcing. So it's a weird one. It was quite interesting to look at some of the facial expressions of people in the audience, though.
Yeah.
The shock on the actors' and actresses' faces. I think, speaking of Dwayne Johnson, who was there, his look was like, what the hell have I just seen?
Well, yeah. I mean, like I said, I haven't watched it. I'm not going to watch it. I've only just seen. Well, I saw like on the morning after, somebody showed me a clip when I was in the office, and I was like, "Whoa!"
Well, it also made me think of the comedy Dave Chappelle Rick James sketch. What are the 5 fingers say to the face?
Oh dear, you caught me mid yawn. Sorry.
It's all right. What are the 5 fingers to the face?
Oh dear, slap.
Yeah.
Well, I was going to say, shall we move on to some stories of the week? But actually, before we do, I just wanted to sing Happy Birthday to me for yesterday when this podcast is released. Happy birthday to me for yesterday when this podcast was released. Happy birthday, dear Gemma. Happy birthday to me yesterday when this podcast is released.
Nice. Yeah. So, how does it feel to be 50?
Fuck off. I'm 39 this year. It doesn't feel any different to 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, you know, and so forth. It actually does feel like 50 sometimes, but you know.
Tell me about it. I know that feeling.
Yeah, exactly. But, you know, so I thought I'd serenade myself for, the following day. So, you know, you guys out there, if you haven't sent me your Facebook messages and your tweets, you know, to say happy birthday to me, shame on you. Shame on you. Mm-hmm. Shame on you.
You know what you've done.
To be honest, I'm not really planning on doing anything, you know, not major. But actually, on Monday though, I am going to. I found more to talk about. On Monday, I'm going to Guernsey for the day.
Nice.
So, yeah.
Nice.
I'm going to go on Condor ferries, get a little bit of duty free, you know, tobacco. Because it's so bloody expensive now that I need to go on a ferry to actually get it. And yeah, I'm looking forward to it though. I'm looking forward to the day trip. So Guernsey's always very pretty, but guarantee it'll probably rain and I'll be stuck not with anything to do. But there we are, you know. It'll still be fun. Are you there?
I am. I was waiting to see if there's any more to come. It was like almost reading an article in the Metro. Just ground to a halt.
Well, I mean, I haven't been yet, so I can't really tell you what I'm going to do, can I? It's tomorrow, once the podcast released.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Future time travel.
Indeed. So I'll give you more of an update next week as to
excellent.
You know, what happens.
Excellent.
So, James, shall we move on to stories of the week?
I think we should. Let's go for it.
Okay. Well, I've got 2 stories. How many have you got?
I've got 2.
Ooh. So do you want to go first then? Yes,
I think I will. It's kind of good, but it almost feels like it's one of these things that came a little too late because of COVID. But it's if you get a chance to look for this, Salty Tadpoles, it's weird. Mm-hmm. So Dyson have announced a wearable air purifier with noise-cancelling headphones built in.
Ooh.
Initial reveal of these Zone headphones, the first headphones Dyson has released, don't come with many specifics about cost or battery life, nor how much the headset weighs. I mean, they're pretty important things, but regardless.
Yep.
But the company says that after more than 6 years in development, the device has moved from being something with a snorkel-like mouthpiece and a backpack to the gadget unveiled today with a limited release aimed before the end of the year. So Dyson said it started having internal conversations in 2016 about developing some kind of purification on the Move technology based on existing air purification. And it was tried in smoggy cities like Beijing. And they also came with the idea of integrating noise-cancelling headphones. It also means they could connect a headset to it so you can put it on your head with no problems, and advises to channel a continuous stream of purified air to your nose and mouth without touching your face, which will help address stuffiness. A separate attachment is going to be offered that could allow people to turn the headphones into a sealed, full-contact mask. It is capable of filtering out city fumes and pollutants, and it's a miniaturized version of the existing air purification technology. Each filter would need replaced.
I was going to say, I'm just going to interrupt very quickly, but I bet that they are gutted that they didn't bring this out at the beginning of the pandemic.
The money they could have made.
I know.
But they said they promised that despite music and the noise-cancelling technology, the whirring of the air purification unit is still audible. Dyson says more information will be forthcoming near the launch. I mean, looking at prototype pictures, you would kind of look like Bane, but the pair of headphones on.
Yeah.
So it's a very good idea. I understand it, but yeah, it almost feels a little too late, really. And if you think about the problems with COVID, but if it can be done, why not? This could be the future. This could be one of the things that helps eradicate a lot of problems like that. So maybe it'll catch on. Maybe it'll be a good thing. So we can but watch this space. Yeah,
exactly. Exactly. I'm clearly unable to speak properly today, so this is a Gemma does F up episode, or Gemma does fuck up is what we normally call it, or Gemma just can't talk. So, but yeah, I like to laugh at my own, indiscretions, I suppose.
Yes. It's all good. It's all good.
Yeah, it's all good. But no, if Dyson, Dyson's kind of probably the company that would do it. Do you know what I mean? They always seem to be bringing out new and better things. So
this is true. This is true. They've all got us hooked on a vacuum cleaner, then they're going to have us hooked on an air purifier.
Yeah, it's going to be that case where, you can get those bags where you can suck the air out and make like pillows really tiny. I wonder who's going to come up with that to for somebody to walk around with stuck on their face.
Oh, dear God. The danger, the problems that could create.
I know.
Dread to think.
Yeah, I know. Sadly, the image popped into my head, though, so I had to say it. Right. I've got a choice of 2 stories, so I'm going to give you the options first. So, would you prefer first to hear about a woman with an enormous 9-inch lemon? Or a man stabbed his girlfriend in the bum?
I will go with the stabbing. I'm intrigued on the stabbing.
The stabbing. There's a serial killer in James. Okay.
Yes. I mean, no, of course not. No serial killer in me. I said yes too easily there, didn't I?
You did, yeah. Let's hope that nobody messes with you, eh? Right, so, man stabbed let me start that again. Man stabbed his girlfriend in the bum because they couldn't agree where to buy pizza.
I saw this in passing. I didn't read it. Go on.
Yes, it's in the Metro. And they're from South Wales. Okay. Oh, Boyle. A judge told a man it would be almost funny if it wasn't so serious, as he jailed him for stabbing his girlfriend in a row over pizza.
In a row?
In a row, it says.
In a row.
R-O-W. Is that row?
A row. A row is a line of things.
How do you spell that then?
It's the same way, but it's pronunciation. A row is when you argue. A row is when you have a line of things.
Okay, well, we were both right then, weren't we?
I was kind of intrigued. I thought, what, in a row? It's like stab, 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 stab.
All right, fine. In a row over pizza, Nathaniel Williams, 29, got into an argument with his girlfriend about where they were going to buy their food. He wanted Pizza Hut, but she wanted Pizza Choice. Fucking Pizza Choice, I tell you. It's tidy there. At some point, she went into the kitchen to get a drink. When her back was turned, she felt a small prick. That's what she said. On her side. Sorry, this isn't funny, but obviously we like to make things funny. She felt blood on her hand when she turned around, Williams became hysterical, saying, "I'm so sorry," at their Cardiff home. He convinced her not to go to the hospital as the police would become involved. However, one of his victims' friends came round later and, after seeing what had happened, took her to the hospital. He was later arrested and told to stay away from her. However, on the 4th of December, the victim woke up in the middle of the night and he was standing at the foot of her bed. He refused to leave her home, so she went to her parents and he followed her. After being arrested, he managed to break free. He wants to break free from the handcuffs and attacked PC Carrie Barnes. That seems like a really good name for a police officer. I don't know about you. James, you there?
I am. I'm listening.
You're just listening to my beautiful Welsh accent, aren't you? Not doing too badly.
Hang on. Wait, you mean you're not from Calcutta? Damn, I was... it's actually very good. Seriously, it is good.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Sometimes it is Indian, though. Recorder John Philpott said, "If it wasn't so serious, it would almost be funny that you were arguing over where to buy pizza, but that led to the young woman being stabbed. You inflicted upon her a nasty wound with a knife, and knives are always serious and potentially deadly weapons. Williams was jailed for a year and must not contact his victim for 5 years. The end." It's the Metro.
What the hell? Stabbing somebody over a pizza purchase. What is wrong with these people?
I know. It's like...
I mean, seriously, what is wrong? So if this is the priorities in life, one pizza place or the other, and you're going to stab somebody over it. Dear Lord, these people have problems. Sort of problems we cannot solve.
No, but then also, it didn't say when it was and whatnot, but, kind of lockdown made people a little bit on the loopy side as well, didn't it? So,
I think these two are seriously mental.
Definitely. Just in case you guys are listening as well. Well, I hope you're still listening anyway, because, But, it's me, Gemma, again, Yes. I've the Welsh lady's gone now.
She has. She's gone back to the place when she came.
Yes.
Now, interestingly, for my choice, it is food-based as well.
Okay.
This is all kind of levels of special. So a dad finds a mutant 5-inch crisp in his cheese and onion oldie snack.
Ooh. Where's he from?
Yes.
Let's do an accent.
It doesn't say. Michael Lanford thought he was dreaming when he pulled out a massive snack this week. A mutant crisp has been discovered by a dad who plans to auction his find off for charity. Yeah, okay. Michael Lanford thought he was dreaming when he pulled out the massive snack this week. The peckish 44-year-old had been craving a midnight snack and reached for a cheese and onion bag of snack-right crisps he brought from Aldi. But one crisp unearthed from the packet just kept going and going and was almost the length of the packet. It didn't keep going, dude. It's 5 inches. Michael told the Sun, "I remember the packet feeling particularly bulgy. Are we getting to porn territory here? I put my hand in the bag and clasped onto the first crisp I could find. It was the first one to come out and it kept going and going. The crisp's final measurements had been confirmed to be a respectable 6 inches.
Ooh.
He added, I couldn't believe my eyes. I thought to myself, we've got something unbelievable here. Friends and family now call it the Mutant Crisp. Whoa. Michael, an online shop. I love it. Michael, an online shop owner from, where's he from, Gemma? Have a guess.
Dundee.
Poole.
All right, let's do your best Dorset accent then.
I'm not going to do it, and all I'm going to say is it explains so much. Has decided to hang on to the crisp rather than satisfy his hunger. It has been kept in a safe place ahead of Michael's plans to auction it off and give the proceeds to charities helping the Ukrainian refugees. It has been a successful year for larger than usual potato-based foods. Back in August, 26-year-old Sam Lightfoot was the lucky finder of a 4-inch long hula hoop. The crisp was 8 times the usual length and only just about fit inside the packet. Proud Sam, this is the hula hoop man, said he will keep it forever and hand it down through the family. Meanwhile, an oven chip measuring 7.5 inches in length was also discovered last year. Frank Smith, 77, found the supersized snack in June. Similarly to Sam, he decided it would be far too hard to part with such a special find. He said, I'm never going to eat it. I keep it in its own little space in the top shelf of the freezer. It's a prized possession now. Oh my God, fucking shoot me. Oh. I feel soiled having read it. I mean,
I don't think I've ever heard that reaction from you before.
I knew it was going to be bad, but honestly, if this is, I mean, have a guess what it was. Yeah, it was in the Metro.
Yeah.
If this is it, if this is society, we might as well just give up now.
Yeah.
You know, just nuke us now, because frankly, the mutants are wandering around, not the food, the people in this article. I mean, seriously. Oh my God, it's so depressing. And I don't know what the hell's happened in Poole recently, but, you know, there's something leaked into, like, some nuclear radiation been leaked somewhere. It's infecting both the food stuff and the people. Oh, God. And then we've got people with giant hula hoops and giant, I mean...
Freezer crisps.
Despair. Yeah, I despair. I give up. I'm defeated at this point.
Well, I was going to say on that as well, because it's obviously a slow news day if that's the top story. But anyway, and Paul, there isn't really much to do there. So, I mean, there's a lot more to do there than Weymouth, but, you know, still.
Yeah. Was Poole the sex doll?
Say that again.
Where was the headless sex doll?
No, that was Portland. Yeah, that was
right,
nearer
okay.
to me then. Yeah. But Paul is where I work.
Right, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, well, you know, it's
following me.
Giant, yeah, obviously. So we've had headless sex dolls, giant crisps. What's the next weird thing that's going to get you?
I don't know. I can't wait to find out.
I'm kind of scared. I'm scared to find out. But anyway.
But I was going to ask you the question though. If you opened a bag of crisps and, regardless of the texture, not texture, but the like taste or brand or whatever, but if you open a bag of crisps and you only had one giant one in there, or you had a bag of crisps that was like overflowing and it was near enough filled up to the brim, which never happens nowadays, but anyway, by the by, which scenario would you be really disappointed in? Or would you be more excited about, should I say?
Probably having lots and lots of crisps rather than some weird, freaky big... I mean, to be fair, there's some freaky big crisp. I just break the crisp and eat it.
Maybe take a photo of it beforehand, you know.
Possibly. I mean, I don't think I'd be like... Well, actually, to be fair, I just know that I could sell it to the Metro because they'll write about anything.
Although you did do a picture of James and his giant peach, didn't you, once?
That's true. Somewhere. I don't know where it is, but it's somewhere.
I've got it saved on my phone somewhere.
Maybe we should try flogging that to the Metro. Go, look at this freakishly large peach.
Yes, I think we should. I definitely think we should.
And this man is called James, and like the Metro will be like, oh, so good.
Yeah.
And probably write about it for like a month and keep recirculating it throughout the year.
That's fine. As long as the podcast's mentioned, that's absolutely fine by me.
Absolutely,
Yeah. Right, so shall I move on to my the last story of the week, also from the Metro, and it's also food related. So
nice.
There we go. Woman finds enormous 9-inch lemon that dwarfs her baby's head. Come on, you have to be a little bit more excited.
Yeah. That's why I'm laughing. Okay.
Come on, be more excited.
A giant lemon? Stone me. My God, wait. Is this an article in the Metro? Oh, yeah. Wow. Didn't see that one coming.
Well, this person is from Wiltshire and the accent's very similar to mine, so I'm probably just going to read it as normal. And also, I can't really do a Wiltshire accent, so that's probably the other reason why, really. A bakery owner has gone on a citrus cooking spree after discovering a 9-inch lemon that weighed almost 1.8 kilograms. Tammy Warren.
No way.
Tammy Warren spotted the yellow whopper, the biggest she's ever seen in Wiltshire, last week, and believes the fruit, which dwarfs her baby's head, is roughly 17 times larger than a standard lemon. When life gives you lemons, what do you do, James?
I would hope you make a lot of lemonade.
Yes, but that's not in the article. That would make it a good article. I came up with that.
So basically, you cannot write for the Metro.
Oh, do you know what's really funny? Because I did actually come up with that myself, and then I've
I believe you.
And then I read on to the next bit, and it said, and when life gives her enormous lemon. So actually, apparently, I didn't come up with it. Tammy made a concoction of baking and cocktail treats. The mum of 3 bought the fruit for £5, set about creating a lemon and blueberry cake, lemon cupcakes, lemon cake pops, don't know what they are, and a lemon drizzle loaf. Ooh. Tammy, 38, then turned her hand to lemon syrup, lemon marmalade, fresh lemonade, lemon curd, candied lemon peel, and frozen lemon segments for lots and lots of gin and tonics. Because she needs it after this article.
I'm getting the distinct impression that I'm hoping she likes lemons, because if you don't, dear me.
Yeah, it would pretty much suck, wouldn't it? I think I'd kind of be sick of lemon by the end of it. Yeah.
I think you're probably right, you would.
Yeah. There is still leftover flesh and zest from which he is going to make lemon chicken dinner before keeping the pips to plant. So she's going to plant another giant lemon in the back garden. Explaining that she initially spotted the mutant lemon at a fruit and veg stall in Chippenham. On Saturday, the 19th of March, Tammy from nearby town that Colburn, I think it is, or whatever. It's the biggest lemon I've ever seen in my life. I thought that would make great cakes. It's bigger than my baby Sebastian's head. In this case, when life gives you lemons, I made cake, candied lemon peel, lemonade, and I will enjoy lots and lots of gin and tonics. She said.
Yeah, I still stand by my early comment. Shoot me now.
Yes, exactly. Having done a double take after spotting the fruit, she then went on a 2.5-hour baking spree Wednesday, the March the 23rd. I don't know why they're putting it in American ways. So instead of it being, they're putting March 23 instead of 23rd of March. But anyway, it has been so much fun. All of these different things with the lemon. I've absolutely loved it. We're going to keep the seeds and we're going to try and grow our own. And if it is a big, big bugger, we're going to sell it. It doesn't say that last bit, by the way, James. I don't know why she's got a lisp, but for some reason she's got a lisp, okay?
Yeah, my will to live is slowly going.
Yeah, mine is too as well. So, blah, 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 blah. It just goes on to carry on about the fruit and it weighing 4.8 kilograms. And she's... there's a picture of a man with 2 giant lemons above his head, and he kind of looks like he's sitting underneath some balls.
Delightful.
I know. I think we're done. I think there is actually, for once, the Metro has carried on the story, but Gemma and James have lost interest in said story. Yep. So.
It was a zesty one.
Oh, it was. It was. But, I got to speak like this for a little bit, so that was fun. Well, James, you got anything else you want to say, or should we just wrap up this baby and put it to bed?
I think we should wrap it up like it's something that's going to be put in the oven and cooked, involving lemons and giant potatoes.
Potato! Yes. So, in that case then, James, I think we've been talking enough Codswallop this week. I have been Gemma.
I have been James.
And check us out on social media, because I haven't said that bit yet.
Yes, do it. Do it now.
Yes. At Codswallop Pod on all of social media. So Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. And also check out our YouTube channel. Like and subscribe, because we love you. They really thought that I wasn't going to do it this week, didn't they, James?
I think they did, but you proved them wrong as ever.
As ever.
Sock it to them.
Yeah,
like
indeed.
Will Smith to Chris Rock.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Right, we're really going now. So enjoy the rest of your weekend. Have a lovely one, and bye-bye.
See you later.